I'm actually curious to see what he has to say.
All right, here we go. We're making a Mortal Kombat character tier list. It's probably going to piss everybody off. Yeah,
let me know if you guys can hear it.
Tier list without people being mad at something. We're going to categorize the characters that could potentially show up in a new Mortal Kombat game, and the ones that I think should absolutely return, all the way down to characters that can be deleted and never return. No, how do I remember these characters? Blaze is in here. Onaga, Yo Mama Onaga. Where's Meat? Meat's in here. There's Meat in here. There's a healthy collection. We're gonna start tossing them in. Not everyone's gonna make it. Trust me. We're gonna make some people mad. We're gonna make some people extremely mad.
I wonder if he's gonna make me mad.
The most obvious ones that are going to make
because
it. Sub-Zero is gonna make it.
Because like as much as I love Max, I think Max is definitely a big, huge like casual. You know, like I wouldn't want to like It's not like I wouldn't want to hear his opinion on like a Mortal Kombat story lore, but I don't think he has a really good understanding of like more than like 15 characters, and that's no insult to him. He's a Capcom guy more than he is a Mortal Kombat guy, and that's okay. That's fine. But like, yeah, like I'm expecting some opinions on characters that I feel like it's going to be like the generic LOL 3D era bad take, because that's kind of like how casuals think. Now I'm noticing that narrative is starting to sort of dying down, but if anyone would be kind of in that camp, it would be him. But again, no insult to him or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, because like he isn't like a Mortal Kombat Andy like me. He's a Capcom Andy. So yeah, I'm just saying I expect maybe to get mad a little bit. Not really. It's being
go back to MK3 and we just get
it'll be in good faith, obviously.
Rid of Scorpion. We don't need his ass. That's my first hot take. Get rid of him. Mortal Kombat 3 was an absolute golden grace for the heavens. We don't need this bitch.
Please don't speed up the video. All right, you know what? Now that you said that, oh shit, oops. Now that you said that, I'm gonna speed it up even more. And I have this extension where I can speed it up past 2 times speed. All right, I can make it 3 times speed. I'm gonna do that just because you said that.
I don't mean it. God, shut up. They have to be in it.
You wanna test me again?
This guy absolutely has to be in the game, and this guy also has to be in the game. Although let's make him not be as funky.
You want me to test me? You want to test?
1000%.
Okay, okay. I'll stop. I'll put it at. I like to watch my videos fast because I want to get through things fast. There we go. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. You guys know what to do in the chat? Do you guys know what to do? How about 1.2 speed?
An absolute golden grace for the heavens? We don't need this bitch. I'm just kidding. Jesus, the eruption from the chat. I don't mean it. God, shut up. They have to be in it.
1.5.
Right? Here's another hot take of characters that I think have to be in Mortal Kombat, but might not have been in later Mortal Kombats. This guy absolutely has to be in the game.
Sure.
And this guy also has to be in the game. Although,
sure,
let's make him not be as funky and shitty. Reptile and Ermac are 100%
I think having more ninjas in a Mortal Kombat game, again, a game that was built on ninjas, having more ninjas in there is a good thing. I think it was fine having Ermac and Reptile take a break from 11. But there definitely could have been more ninjas. There definitely could have been more ninjas in there. Maybe add one of those in there. But yeah, there definitely could have been more ninjas in 11.
Staples of Mortal Kombat, they should 1000% be there. So I'm sticking with the ninjas right now. Which MK ninjas can we get rid of? Which MK ninjas can we
Again, not all the ninjas have to be in there, but like having more ninjas, a healthy amount is good.
You know what? Triborg's kind of a weird character, so I'm gonna say this is a can situation. So we got the Cyber Ninjas. I love Triborg. He's probably my favorite character, one of my favorite characters.
No. Oh my god, I'm already okay, no, not Triborg. Triborg should be in the delete category because I don't want Sector Cyrax and Smoke to be in someone's slot. I want them to be their own characters. I want them to have their own slots. Part of why we like these characters is because we want them, because we like them as characters. All right, some of these guys, and I think this is where Max is like, not casual. I would say casual, yeah. This is where his casual like mindset is because I think he likes the function of MKX. And I think that because MKX was right up his alley, he really liked MKX. The functions of that game, Triborg is a function. And if he likes the function, I can understand why he put him a little bit in high tier. But to me, I would rather have, again, all those robots have their own personalities, have their own intros, have their own stories, have their own endings, all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want that to be shared by some OC random dumbfuck robot. You know, that's not why we like the characters, and that's just no. Nuh-uh.
There's an MKX. But I don't think he's a requirement. I think he is, once again, a really cool idea, but does not have to be in anything beyond MKX. So Triborg gets like a, yeah, he can be in it, but I'm not, you know what? I'm going to say he could. I'm going to put him down even one more. I'm feeling different. Here's one that also has to be in the
He could just be deleted. Just deleted.
game. Whoop-a-bam, Smoke has to be in the game.
True.
Smoke
True.
has to be in the game. He
True.
has to be. Here's a
True.
hot take. I think we can completely pass on this MK Ninja and does not have to be in it. I think this guy we could actually pass and move on, and it wouldn't be the end of the world, and it would be Tremor. Probably the least, you know,
Tremor? Didn't we already pass him?
popular MK Ninja of all of them. I think he's had his several moments where he's been really cool every once in a while.
Several moments? Hasn't he only had one moment, which was MKX? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, several moments, I would say Ermac and Reptile had their several moments, but I think it's appropriate to bring them back now because they sat out a game, both of them with 11. Like, Ermac and Reptile had their, I wouldn't say Tremor had his moments. He only had one.
So popular. I think he's had his several moments where he's been really cool every once in a while. But I don't know, man. I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm saying that his time in MKX was pretty great. Moving on. Chameleon. You know what? I'm going to give Chameleon a could be in because he's been in so few games. Like, he's the Rainbow Ninja of the game. I'm going to say he's cool. He could be in, but I'm not really committed to one end or the other. A lot of people won't even know who the hell Chameleon is. Sector Cyrax.
I think Chameleon would be great to, if you want a Triborg character in the game, Chameleon would be the character to do with all the ninjas instead of like the cyber ninjas. I think Chameleon would work great as a function. I think it would be awesome, and I think he would visually look fantastic. It's already nice he's already nice as hell to look at in Armageddon with his colors changing all the time during the match, and then while you're doing some of the special moves of the other ninjas, his color changes to that color of the ninja. That's cool.
Sector Cyrax have to be in. I'm sorry. If
True.
we're gonna have Cyborg Ninjas, I get
You don't have to apologize for that, Max. Like, literally, like, you don't have to apologize. I think everybody knows, okay, dude, the cyborgs need to be in. It was ridiculous that they sat out of 11, and it was really unfortunate that they were reduced down to variation slots in X, although they did play very well. We would prefer them as full characters. It sucks that they've set it in X, but 12 is their time. 12 is their time.
Cyborg was a nice replacement for everybody, but if we're gonna have Cyborg Ninjas, they must be in. Cyborg Ninjas 100% need to be in. Based on the way that they have handled this character, I could say that this Mortal Kombat Ninja could be completely passed on, and it's actually.
I like how his cursor, when he was saying like based on his character, how this character was handled, this Mortal Kombat Ninja, and his cursor was right down here with Movado. I thought he was gonna say Movado for a second.
Frost. I don't think we need to delete her, but as somebody that was relatively excited about Frost coming back in some form and absolutely despising the way her gameplay feels and how the character is in the game, I'm just like, man, this could have been really cool, but she's just so weird. And here's one that
Frost was definitely did not help. Frost in 11 definitely did not help her at all. It did not help her at all. Man, there's so much they could have done with Frost that would be so much better, but it's not, dude. 11 definitely hurt Frost. 11 hurt a lot of characters. But yeah, I wouldn't want to see Frost again. I just no, I don't want to see Frost.
I'm not super sold on, but I think should come back in some way. Probably one of the lesser popular Mortal Kombat ninjas, but I think should come back in some way, but maybe not as hardcore as, you know, the staples, because these are the staples in my opinion. It's Rain. I think Rain is super cool, and the few times that he's actually had gameplay, he's been quite fun.
I would put him in could be in. I'm not really up in arms in seeing Rain be in a game again. It would be nice to see him in a main roster, but like, I'm not super enthused to have him back. I feel like 11, we got his chance in 11, and a lot of people did like him in 11. Some people didn't, but yeah. I'm not super up in arms about him, but I wouldn't be mad if he wasn't.
I like him. I like him, and I want him to come back. And I have another hot take. Yeah, this is potentially a hot. Actually, it's not a hot take because I'm going to place him really high. But I think Noob Saibot goes here. This was my first main in Mortal Kombat. In Mortal Kombat 11, and also remember playing him in UMK3. And my biggest issue of Noob Saibot is that, yeah, he's always a bit boring. He's the coolest looking dude. He's like the sickest, most edgiest ninja, but for some reason they keep fumbling his gameplay in some way. I feel he's probably the most interesting in Mortal Kombat 11. I'm gonna put him down here.
Is that true? I would, because in 9 he was a big fat zoner, and I don't know how big he is on zoners, but I don't remember him. He was low tier in 9, but I still remember him being fun. Because those corner combos where he would just go like boom, 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 like with the upward shadow clone. That shit was fun as hell. Yeah, I know his gameplay was super zoner, but I don't think Max is entirely wrong. Now, 11, I wouldn't put so much blame on Noob Saibot's gameplay in 11 being boring, because everybody in that game was boring. That game was boring in general. All right, everybody was boring in that game. Not everybody, no, you know what I mean. But like, most of the characters were. So I can understand it, I guess.
I think it's actually the most interesting in MK11, but that's because he's really uninteresting in MK9, and he is borderline, one of the core zoner characters of the game. UMK3/MK Trilogy, he's really simple, like really simple. Gameplay is a big thing when it comes to these characters, and
well, in UMK3, he was just a sprite. He was there wasn't much to his character in UMK3, because they were just he was sort of a joke character, not really, but well, yeah, he kind of was back in the day. Even then, I wouldn't put too much blame on Noob Saibot. It's his story. It's Noob Saibot's story that really carries his character. And I don't know. I can understand why nobody would be attracted to a zoner, like, because in MK9 he was fun. But in MK9, I still had a lot of fun playing that character.
I think the gameplay style of all of these characters, and including Rain, is incredibly cool, man. I think all these characters are quite fun to play as, and all have distinct character personalities through gameplay. So I think Noob has that, but he's significantly less interesting than all these guys. Let's just start moving along. Baraka. I think that's a solid could, right? Solid could. I really don't have any extreme feelings about Baraka. The most I've ever played Baraka was in the MK11 beta. He's fine, but
11 Baraka is peak Baraka. It would be nice to see him back, but I don't need him again.
Is the same.
I'm okay.
It'll
be fine, but I don't
simple as far as what his gameplay is, and is kind of a, you know what? I'm already changing my opinion on this guy. He's going down here. I don't think he needs to get deleted, bro. Raiden is a must. He has to be in. Jackie.
You know what? The idea of Raiden stepping down and not being in a Mortal Kombat game is starting to grow on me. I do think you should probably have all the essential Mortal Kombat characters in there regardless. I feel like you can have Raiden be in a roster, but story-wise, he's not in the... But in story-wise, he has no powers, and he's not the protector of Earthrealm. It's the same as he was in the end of Aftermath, but in gameplay, he's just regular old Raiden. And I think that's okay. That's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just the same as a DLC character, you know? So I do think you should probably have all the essentials, but the idea of Raiden stepping down in a Mortal Kombat game and not being on the roster is a little attractive to me, because it really just shows that NetherRealm can be ballsy. And I really want that to be the case. Or I don't say I want that, like, I'm really, really hoping for that. Obviously, Raiden is one of my favorite characters, and I think it's essential for him to always be in a Mortal Kombat game. I'm just thinking story-wise, I think he should probably step down to being to not being the protector of Earthrealm anymore, and just advising Liu Kang until he dies, as long as his mortality allows, as he said.
Jackie. Oh no, how do I feel about Jackie? She needs
just
needs
no.
something. You know what? I don't want to say delete her because she has some really crazy.
Don't delete her,
stuff
yeah.
in
Don't delete her,
Kombat
but
X, and even though she's crazy good,
put her
at MK,
down a tier.
11,
Put her
and she did
down
get
a
a
tier.
little bit of an overhaul from gameplay. I don't think she's a delete situation. I don't. I think just not anymore. We're done. The relationship's over. We're done. No more Jackie for now, please.
Yeah,
Kano, absolutely.
that's kind of how I
And we
feel.
lose Kano like MK2? Do we think Kano needs to sit out like Mortal Kombat 2?
Again, I feel like the essentials should be in there, but since we're on this conversation, if there is any essential character that should sit out, it's probably Kano. And I think everybody, even those people who like Kano, can probably admit if there's any essential character that should sit out, it's Kano. Again, I think all the essential characters should be in a Mortal Kombat game. There should always be that essential identity on that roster. There should always be that essential identity. And that it's not, the essential identity is not just Scorpion and Sub-Zero. It's not. It's the MK1 characters, it's some of the 2 characters, and a little bit of 3. Those are the essentials. But again, since we're on the conversation, Kano should be the one to sit out.
I think he's a must. Him and Scorpion had their moments to sit out, right? But I think he's 100% a must. He has to be in there. Yeah. I'm gonna say this is a solid could. He could. And here's a crazy hot take.
That's a good one.
I don't think Liu Kang has to be the main character type guy again. I think he could be like an overseer kind of character, like a story character of something like that. I don't think we're back into a situation where Liu Kang has taken the sidelines in previous Mortal Kombats as well, and it always feels like they're trying to get rid of him throughout the history of Mortal Kombat because they are. Just saying, maybe Liu Kang could be in this one, but he could not, and it wouldn't be the end of the world. Kitana.
I don't think anybody is really asking for Liu Kang to be the main character again in 12. He could be an overseer, but an overseer is also very, very essential to a story. That's basically almost a main character. I don't think Liu Kang would be the main character in 12, but he's definitely... The game 12 is basically happening because of Liu Kang. This whole new era, the new era that we have is because of Liu Kang. And Liu Kang now has a new arc that we're starting. And I don't understand why he isn't like a must, because he is incredibly essential to why this game basically exists story-wise, I'm saying. So, yeah, again, he may not be the main character, but he's definitely a huge, important part of the story. So I don't know where he's I don't know where he's coming from right here. I don't think he needs to sit out. Like, it would be weird to have him sit out in a game from a world that he created. And he has a new arc. He's going to be there's going to be a new role that he's going to fulfill. He's not going to be the main character anymore. Instead, he's going to be the main guy training I wouldn't say the next generation, but the great Kung Lao to to take on the mantle of the champion of Mortal Kombat. So, yeah, there's a new era for Liu Kang in this with 12. I could see like 12 being Liu Kang's finale. I could see 12 being Liu Kang's finale. 11 kind of felt that way, at least with the Liu Kang and the Kitana ending, but that's not the canon ending. It sort of felt like a finale, but 12 can feel like a finale. I can understand where Max is. I would be saying the same thing with Max if 12 is the finale for Liu Kang. I would be saying the same thing Max is saying if 12 is the finale.
Is the primo female MK character next to Sonya, so that's 100% needs to be there. Kung Lao, I also think, has to be there, right? Weirdly enough, I think Kung Lao is cooler and deserves a spot more than Liu Kang, because Liu Kang has always been like the poster boy. So I'm gonna say Kung Lao can stick around and change whatever the hell you want with him. I don't care, man. Just do something. Shang Tsung, I feel, also needs to
Since when has Kung Lao ever been more important than Liu Kang?
Be around forever. Can't get rid of him. Can't get rid of him. I'm sorry. People like him too much. I like him.
I would put Shang Tsung in can be in. I wouldn't say he must be in.
I'm going to say as a solid can be in. She absolutely isn't the most fascinating character in MK11, but I think she can come back in some way, and I think the same applies for Scarlet. I'm pretty sure that these characters, they can come back. I don't want them deleted.
You said cooler? Okay, my bad. I misheard. My bad.
That'd be cool. Aaron Black? Sorry, bro. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. It was fun while it lasted, Aaron. It was fun.
In Mortal Kombat 12, he's taking a seat. You'll come back in the next game.
11 definitely hurt Aaron. I hate to say, I like Aaron, but when I say I like Aaron, I'm thinking MKX Aaron. 11 Aaron is fucking dog shit, okay? He is dog shit all around. Story-wise, dog shit. Gameplay-wise, dog shit. Aesthetic-wise, dog shit. No, Aaron could sit. I hate to say it because I like the character, but again, when I'm saying I like the character, I'm saying MKX Aaron.
After that, you'll come back when you eventually fight Marvel characters or some shit. I'm gonna say Devora is one of the better, more last 10 years recent characters, so I'd like her to see, and she could be in. I'm gonna say the same thing with Kotal Khan. That's a solid could be in. I think they could do a lot more with this character, so I'm gonna say this is another could be in with Garrus. And it's not the end of the world if they're there. It's not the end of the world if they're not. I think it's more Garrus with different playstyle and gameplay could actually be interesting in my opinion. The problem is he's like the
I'm actually gonna agree with Max. I definitely think Devora could sit out. I think she just causes way too much uproar in the community, and she's just there to just piss people off. And at a certain point, it feels like NetherRealm is doing it on purpose. And I'm just like, get him out. Just get Devora out of here. And I like Devora. I think she is one of the most unique Mortal Kombat characters ever. I mean, she literally, by definition, she is. I do like Devora, but she could sit out. She can sit out. I can agree with though with the placement of Kotal and Garrus.
Most uninteresting character. All these characters are so insanely forgettable in my opinion. And there are other brand new characters from MK11 that need to be deleted, like this guy, like this chick, and like this chick.
Now Max is right with Cetrion and Kronika. I never want to see those characters in a Mortal Kombat game ever. I never want to see Cetrion. I never want to see Kronika. The only time, even with Cetrion, I will say, make her like an Edenian. Make her an Edenian goddess. The goddess of virtue could come from Edenia. Just don't make her an elder god. Don't make her an elder god. Change who she is as a character. Don't make her attached to Kronika. Literally change the essentials of the character, and fine, I'm okay with Cetrion. But Kronika, never. Never. I will never, ever, ever, ever be happy to see Kronika again. Never will I ever like Kronika. Now, the only thing that I like about Kronika is her stage and her themes. Both the Kronika's Keep and the Hourglass. Those are great themes. Great music. Those are the only things that I like about the character. Collector, on the other hand, definitely should be in the... Well... I don't think he's essential, but I would like to see him in. Collector adds so much... Collector adds new lore to the realm of Outworld. It gives new lore to how Outworld governs and how they go about their tax system. But he is sort of like an NPC type of role. Collector can 100% work in any Outworld story that you do. Quite literally. But he's an NPC role. You know? He's an NPC role. But the biggest problem with Collector in 11 is that you don't see him doing his job. He's this unethical and cheating tax collector, and you never, ever, ever see that in the game. That is a... How can you like a character and you don't get to see the things that they're supposedly known for doing? Could you imagine if you never saw Liu Kang win a tournament? Could you imagine if you never saw Liu Kang do a bicycle kick? Could you imagine if you never saw Liu Kang do a wata? Could you imagine if a character like him, like Liu Kang, never did any of the essential things that he did? So, yeah, yeah.
Sorry. There are other characters that can just be deleted. Sindel is a solid could be in. Shao Kahn, I think, is also a...
If they're gonna fix Sindel, fine, put her in. I'm not up in arms about her coming back though.
Can be in. This is a could be in situation. We don't need Shao Kahn to come back. It was nice that he was there.
True.
Kenshi is a fan favorite.
I'm never really gonna say no to Shao Kahn. I like him enough. I just don't like the current version of Shao Kahn.
But I think he's also a could situation. Shinnok, nah, man. Nah. We don't need to delete Shinnok. I don't think Shinnok needs to be deleted.
No.
I don't think he needs to be deleted. But I don't think...
Shinnok requires a really hyper-specific story, because once Shinnok is involved in your story, it's a world-ending story. If you're not going to have a world-ending story, you don't need Shinnok in there. Now, if we're talking about DLC, that's a different story. But if you're talking about main roster, I don't really think you need Shinnok unless you're doing a hyper-specific story.
he is an absolute...
I will say Kenshi could probably be a can-be-in, because I think... I want to see Kenshi back. I want to see Kenshi back. He had his break, and I think he should come back. If this is supposed to be the 3D era resurgence game, that could be Hopium, that could be Copium. But if this is going to be a 3D era resurgence game, Kenshi should be in there, because Kenshi is literally the face of the 3D era. Him and Quan Chi are the face of the 3D era. And if you're going to have a 3D era essential game, you have to have the poster boys of that era in the game. Oh shit.
Despite an outrageous fan base, became as a result of all the controversy around this character, I think Melina must be in. I get it, they killed her and they brought her back in time, but it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because she's a staple. The most...
Look, her fans aside, I love the character of Melina. Melina is a great character. I like the character a lot, and I would consider her an essential character. I feel like Katana and Melina should go together all the time. Anytime Melina is involved in a story, Katana should be there too. Anytime Katana's in a story, Melina should be there too. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. These are the words of John Tobias, not me.
Popular female character in Mortal Kombat, period. This is my...
Separate the fan base from the character. It's stupid how you have to some of y'all motherfuckers, and you guys aren't saying it now, but I'm sure some of y'all motherfuckers in chat and people who are watching probably like think Melina's a bad character, or I hate Melina because of her fan. Who the fuck cares? Yeah, their fan base is literally a bunch of fucking unmonetizable words. But I like the character. The character's great.
First main character in Mortal Kombat X, and is easily my favorite of all the combat kids. And this is where I'm trying not to be as biased as possible. I'm trying. I think Takeda is a can situation. I think he would actually be really cool in like an alternate reality Takeda, where he's like older or something.
I think the
Kung Jin,
combat kids
is also a could situation. I think this is a could be in.
I think them two should.
Where it's like, oh yeah, you know, I think
them
this
two
should
should be in.
I wouldn't mind seeing.
I'm just not super
modern situation, if not
excited about combat kid stuff.
He actually has a relatively interesting playstyle. Ferritor though, Deletus Yeetus. Oh man, they were fun in MKX. You know?
Yeah,
looks like the chat has spoken.
Deletus
They
Yeetus.
were fun in MKX.
I don't care for them.
You would think with all that I make fun of Quan Cheadle over here that I would also put him in the Deletus Yeetus category, but I put him in the no in man. No way, man. You know who I would also like to see come back in some way, although it's not a requirement, is Goro. I think Goro's awesome.
Nah, again, the same thing with Kenshi. If this is supposed to be a 3D era resurgence game, the poster boys of the 3D era, which are Quan Chi and Kenshi, should be in. And Kenshi and Quan Chi had a game to rest. It's fine.
I'd like to see how they change his gameplay. We got to see if we made Goro unfun by what happened with Shiva in Mortal Kombat 11. If we just made Goro unfun, what would we do? We'll put in Shiva. So I'm going to put Shiva in the unfortunate Deletus Yeetus after what happened with...
I wouldn't say Deletus, but no way. I would put her in no way.
Mortal Kombat 11. This chick almost ruined the game. In fact, just to have all the quad-armed characters be around in some way, I'm going to say Kintaro is a could be in.
Nah,
maybe.
Kintaro must be in. If there's one Shokan that hasn't got a proper representation, if there's one Shokan that hasn't got a game, a premier game to shine, it's Kintaro. He must be in. He must be in.
for a alternative like, oh yeah, give me one style in the form of, you know, Goro, and give me another style in the fire breath version of like Kintaro, which they sort of did in MKX. I'd be down with that. I would like Kintaro to maybe be in it, but is it a problem if he's gone? It is not. Tanya, one of the most high tier characters in fighting game history.
Bring her back.
And I think it's a solid Kud situation. But Raicho, I'm sorry, that's a no way Meng, right? No way Meng.
This is where the casual coming in. Boraicho makes total sense to come back. I mean, Liu Kang has created a new world, and his mentors are... He's going to need some help, and he's going to want some guys from his mentors. Boraicho is in. Also, he's incredibly fun to play in X. He is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic in X. Very much improved. Boo-hoo that he farts. Boo-fucking-hoo. I'm not talking about Max here. I'm just talking about people who, like... LOL fart, I don't like... Fuck you. Who the fuck cares?
If
who the fuck
Stryker
cares?
comes back as absolute like memed American police force. You know what? Let's go all the way.
Bring Stryker back.
He's not John Cena.
Bring Stryker back.
Just go all the fucking way. Just completely
Bring Stryker back.
toxic.
Unironically.
If they made him like Peacemaker, like, yeah, I think that'd be really good. In fact, if John Cena voiced Stryker, then that goes up to here. Nightwolf.
Yeah, like if John Cena voiced Stryker, nobody's gonna be like, LOL Stryker bad. No one's gonna do that. No one's gonna do that. They're gonna say like, oh, haha, he's so fucking cool. He was already cool in 9. He was great in 9. I have no idea. Well, I think it's because people are just still harping on the fact of LOL Stryker bad. That's what it is. Also, you're probably gonna get Twitter dumb fucks saying who have like ACAB in their bio and all this fucking garbage shit. They're gonna not like Stryker because LOL cops bad. That cringe, absolute fucking cringe. But yeah, no, like if John Cena were to be Stryker, nobody, all of a sudden people would like him. But he was already cool in 9.
Native American characters is constantly like a challenge in general. It was a challenge with Killer Instinct. It was a challenge with like even Mortal Kombat 9 in general. It was a challenge going back to like the Street Fighter days to create like a modern one that's like really cool looking and they're proper badasses and stuff like that, while still like, you know, not getting too deep into obvious tropes and everything of the like. He does have interesting play styles, but once again, it was a Mortal Kombat 11 situation. The gameplay for a lot of characters just feels kind of dry. That was my unfortunate conclusion of his playstyle.
That's super true.
Is that he's just kind of like a dry, straightforward character, you know? This guy's name is Shaolin. Right? I don't know enough.
Dairu is Deletus
so
Yeetus.
He's a no way Meng.
No, no. How is Dairu higher tier than Collector? No. There is nothing about Dairu that is good. Nothing.
Goes for...
Was he alive in the Great Kung Lao? Yeah, he was.
Oh, Jarek. You know what? Just because Jarek is... We don't need that back.
No, delete.
We don't.
Delete.
I'm sorry to the Jarek fans.
Delete.
Ketchup and mustard are over here, rolling in their non-existent graves.
Delete.
Darius? What the hell are you from? He's actually from Deception. So it goes Deception, Deadly Alliance, Armageddon.
Delete.
Damn,
Delete
he's like
Darius.
PS2 character. Wow. I think he needs a redesign, right? We need to do something with this character that is outside of him just like essentially being like a different Bruce Lee sort of character. I'm gonna say not Deletus Yeetus because a lot of PS2 era characters I'm in heavy on the Deletus Yeetus, right? Reiko could be in. He's from MK4.
Yeah, Reiko. I think Reiko should be in.
And then Hotaru is a no way Meng. Nah, we're just delete this guy. We don't need him.
What's wrong with Hotaru?
Movado is the guy that
What's wrong with that character?
You know, had like the whips, right? And
I will say he isn't really essential if you're gonna have Havoc. Havoc and Hotaru, I don't even think interacted in Deception. I think that rivalry only started kind of just like because polar opposites. I don't even think they even interacted in Deception. So like, yeah, I wouldn't say he's essential, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the character. I think he would be I think he can work really well.
He like pulled himself back really far and then he, you know, that was Movado, right? Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm going to piss off an entire memeing generation here. Bam. Yonikage as a must be in.
I mean, Mocap is a joke character. You're not supposed to take him seriously. So like, if Mocap was an alternate premiere skin for Johnny Cage, I don't think anybody would be mad about that. Like, Mocap, if he was a premiere skin for Johnny Cage, that would be so cool. I would love that. If you're out here saying, I cannot believe they put the worst character in the game. How dare they? Like, dude, please grow up. Like, oh my God, please stop it.
Who the hell? Can he make the choice? Are we deleting Kai from MK12? Are we doing it? Or are we gonna give him a chance?
No.
I remember nothing. Like literally nothing.
No. If you need capoeira representation in a Mortal Kombat game, you call Kai.
The new Liu
Get
Kang?
on the phone and call Kai.
Damn, Kenny, he could be the new Liu Kang. Puts Kai like up here. Holy shit! I was about to delete his Yeetus, and Kenny is like, he's the new Liu Kang. Okay, let's put him in the No Way Mang situation. I'm gonna say this really quick. I think Shevchenko should come back in some way.
Yeah.
Right? I would actually like to see this character come back in some cool way, because there are very few like older characters in Mortal Kombat in general. His gameplay will have to obviously be completely redesigned in some fashion, but I think it would be neat if he came back in some way, right? With a redesign. I wouldn't mind like a Shin Sao character, although I think he could be the Baraicho, right? To have like the drunken master type thing. Okay, I ain't that mean, but this weird baby bitch is going into Deletus Yeetus.
Yeah, it's the typical Suhao bad. It's the typical Suhao bad opinion. So-called free thinkers when Suhao shows up on your screen. Look, Suhao is not good in Deception. I mean, sorry, Deadly Alliance at all. Like, his current rendition is bad, but there is so much that in his character that you can make that is actually good. You can make him a good character. I've seen it happen. There's fan art of him. There is literally a huge podcast out there redesigning the character almost from the ground up. And it's great. Nothing about it is bad.
AP. Suhao is one of the weirdest, worst looking characters I have seen in a fighting game. And when he fights like he's a baby with T-Rex arms. I don't get it. So,
and there's another thing. If Suhao is so bad, why is Kano stealing all of his moves?
we're just deleting him. Here's another
just
one that's a hot
think
take. I think we can also delete his Yeetus the shit out of Cobra. I'm
no.
not giving him a chance. I think this is
no. If Cobra is supposed to be the Johnny Lawrence character type. Now he does look like Ken, yes, I know. But who cares if he looks like Ken? What's so bad about having a Street Fighter inspired character? What's so bad about having a Street Fighter inspired character or having some Street Fighter representation in a Mortal Kombat game? Is there anything bad about that? I don't think there's anything bad. If Johnny Lawrence is a face model, then I want him in the game. Yeah, like if they went more in line with the Johnny Lawrence character type, which is again what he was inspired off of, I don't think anybody would be mad about that because everybody likes Johnny Lawrence. People like Cobra Kai.
A Ken-like in the game. Ed hates him. Good. There was actually a female chameleon with a different moveset. Chameleon? Well, that just goes right next to chameleon then. I mean, I don't care. If we get a chameleon style fighting style, right? Proper, you know,
I had no idea there was a female
chameleon. I don't care if it's male or female or they or them or whatever. I just want that character back in some way. This is... Who? Taven. Yeah, Daven and Taven. He was always with his friend.
Daven and Taven.
Delete. He was in Armageddon. He was like a big part of the story in that game. Their reigns.
I don't know the characters, so delete them from the game.
Brothers? I did not know that. Yeah, they were plot characters. They were. They're supposed to be like New Blood. You know what? I feel like they could be made interesting. Who?
Okay, thank you.
Who is this guy? Oh, that's Dagon. All right, you're with your friend. That's his best friend. Who the
it's
hell
like
is
it sounds
this?
like they say bacon.
That's a good situation. I'd be down for like Ashra.
Ashra must be in. Ashra must be in. If out of all the female characters, from the 3D era, like Ashra is in the top 3 of must be in. It's Serena, Nitara, and Ashra. And I think Nitara might be number 1, but for me, I like my goth girls, so I'm gonna say Serena number 1. Well, no, I'm sorry. Personally, I will say Ashra, because I like her more as a character. It'll be Ashra, Serena, and then Nitara. Those are my priorities.
Fucking this thing. And this is Lee May, and this is... Succulot? Nitara. I was close.
Succulot.
Yeah, this is like Kira, and this is...
Oh my god.
Serena and...
He's joking right there. It was... Oh, okay.
Kira,
I thought he legitimately didn't know it.
Say we can delete
I wouldn't, which I wouldn't.
Team Horny
I
is
wouldn't.
pissed. Lots of boos coming from that side of the audience. Boo! Matt McNussle's over here going, boo! Actually, you know what? Here's what's crazy. She probably is going to show up. Because she was in the movie. He is pissed. Lots of boos coming from that side.
Why is Nitara in Deletus Yeetus?
Thank you. I'm going to say we can delete us Yeetus to Nitara.
What's wrong with Nitara? I feel like she's one of the most essential ones to come back. I think everybody would agree.
Team Horny is pissed. Lots of boos coming from that side of the audience. Boo! Matt McNussle's over here going, boo!
I don't get it.
Actually,
like,
you know what? Here's what's crazy. She probably is going to show up. Because she was in the movie. She goes from Deletus Yeetus to could be in Oh no.
Okay, I mean,
oh no. Oh no. Okay, I think
what's no about that? I don't get it. She's super interesting. A new realm to explore, a new character type to be inserted into the roster. I don't.
remake is a possible.
There's nothing wrong with having Nitara in the game. There's nothing wrong. He didn't give an explanation, so that's, yeah.
Could be in as well. For these two, I barely know the differences between them. They have to be sisters, right, Kenny? Yeah, Serena was the one in the MTX story, so this is Kira, this is Serena. This is the MTX. I remember that cutscene. One or the other should.
Serena must be in, because Serena has a history of always being at the cusp of making the roster, and then she gets deleted out of here. And it sucks because there's a lot of interesting things you can do with the character, considering the connections she has with some of the most iconic characters in the game, like Sub-Zero and Noob Saibot, and maybe the Earthrealm heroes as well. So, like you can insert her with the Earthrealmers. It's a nice character trope to have a Netherrealmer character, to have a Netherrealmer actually work with the Earthrealmers, like the Netherrealmer that doesn't want to be there. And that's the same thing with Astra as well. So yeah,
could be
Serena,
right? They could be in. They need redesigns though.
Should be
right?
in.
They need redesigns. All I'm getting from looking at these two is that goth raver girls from the mid 2000s. I'm not deleting them. Don't get me wrong. So I'm gonna put them in a could be in situation, but I don't know which one's gonna be in. Sonya, just put her.
I'm not.
That's a must be in.
I'm not looking for Kira to come back, but I wouldn't mind if she did.
I would like Motaro to come back, because I think it would be an interesting challenge, whether or not it's a boss fight or something. I think this would be really cool for him to come back in some way. And this guy, I can't even remember
Motaro
his
must
name,
be in.
but we can throw him in the trash. Havoc, though.
There is nothing wrong with Moloch. There is nothing wrong with Moloch. There is literally nothing wrong with Moloch. I mean, how can you look at that character? Isn't that like based off of like isn't that just based off of like Onis from like fantasy? Like there's just.
Oh, I think is a solid can be in.
No, not can be. Havoc must be. All right.
Like actually,
Havoc is the Fujin of this game.
Skeleton Man. I really do. I don't think it's a must be in situation.
Skelly boy.
Definitely, you got to make it. Where do we put Dramen's dirty ass?
It's the typical Dramen bad.
Reside. The problem is that Dramen never got a chance. Dramen never got the opportunity he needed to be.
If Dramen's gonna be there, you have to have Moloch be in there as well.
By the society at large, which is why MK12 is his chance. And then the critics are in. He's back to delete Asitas. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh,
he
never
joined
mind.
The likes of Meat. And the meme lords, boo, boo, said the meme lords, boo, fuck this guy, boo, where's Meat?
It's not a meme to hate, to like Dramen, though. I mean, I know it's a meme to think he's like a great character and stuff, but Dramen is literally like the fucking pinhead of Mortal Kombat. He's a fucking demon torturer. Could you imagine a scene where like new people who come down from hell, people who just died from wherever the hell they came from, you see a scene where their spirits get transferred into a new body, or their body is already there, they get spawned into the Netherrealm, and they're immediately sentenced to torture. And he's there like having fun doing that shit. He's literally performing cock and ball torture on everybody. Like, that is so cool. That is so fucking cool. Like, he is literally the fucking Pinhead of the Mortal Kombat. Do you not like Pinhead? If you don't like Pinhead, I can understand why you don't like Dramen. But that is this isn't made up shit. This is literally a part of Dramen's lore. This is a part of his character. We just don't see it. And that is at fault of the game that he's in, that he was introduced in. But, like, yeah, again, a lot of these motherfuckers don't know the characters, and I don't blame them. They don't know them because the games don't show it. The games don't show it, but it's there. It's there. Thank you, Julian, for subscribing. I appreciate it.
Where's Meat? Meat is over there with Blaze, sitting in the Deletus Yeetus category, hoping that somebody recovers the
I wouldn't say Blaze should be in Deletus, but you don't need Blaze.
While Yo Mama Onaga has a chance of actually coming back in some way.
Onaga must be in.
Or something like that. I think that is something that we can revisit in some way. He is like the Mortal Kombat dragon, yeah. I think that is something that could be revisited with a little bit more tact.
Onaga should be in.
Cassie, in a solid can be in situation. Joins the likes of other combat kids like Takeda. Yeah, Cassie
I think Cassie could
most
sit.
popular of the new Kombat kids, and she's great. She's probably the best addition. Takeda's like
true, but
like
I think
favorite,
she could
I'd say.
sit
A hardcore favorite. And then Jax, it's an obvious one. Jax is a mainstay to Mortal Kombat, and however they
yeah,
approach
he
his
must
gameplay,
be in.
hopefully is fascinating.
Because if you lose Jax, you lose the boxer type character. Jax is the only boxer character in Mortal Kombat. If you lose Jax, you lose part of an essential thing in fighting in general, in martial arts in general. It's a fighting game. You should probably have a boxer character in there. Jax is that character. If you take him out, you lose an essential part of like the fighting game or like the fighting whole martial arts realm world.
I just hope that he can aim a rocket launcher up in the next game and then blow somebody out of the sky. This is our Mortal Kombat returning characters tier list. Let's just theoretically look at this based on numbers, right? Just on numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 16 characters of the roster just there, right? 16 characters of the roster just have to be there in some situation. And then you get the can-bees and the could-bees. And there's a lot of PS2 era characters in the could-bees, I've noticed. Which I would really not be surprised if we do revisit a lot of PS2 era characters for Mortal Kombat 12. Just because that has not happened yet. We have not really seen the return of many of these characters outside of like Kanshi and story mode stuff. They are all over the place, right? They have potential, right? The problem is we've only seen them in one form. It's unfortunately in the spot where NRS...
Was Fujin not included? Hold on, where is Fujin at? He's next to Astra? Oh, my bad. I didn't see that. I guess he probably skipped over it. My bad.
Seen them
yeah,
in
but
one
still,
form.
I still stand by he should be in, must be in.
The spot where NRS was
Thank you,
least
Manby,
popular,
for
right?
subscribing.
When games were not hitting on the same levels as previous games and as they are now. There's room to visit there, right? There really is room to visit.
It's a good video. I didn't agree with everything that he said, but again, Max is a Capcom and Killer Instinct Andy. I wouldn't expect him to have the essential knowledge. There we go. Yeah, nut check. There we go. You guys gotta do it in the chat. Just so the emote can appear on the stream. Yeah, again, like Max is a Capcom and Killer Instinct Andy, and so I wouldn't expect him to have the best knowledge on the potential of all these Mortal Kombat characters and stuff. And I'm not saying that I'm like perfect or anything like that. Like, you should listen to me more than him. But like, I will say I could probably safely assume I have a better understanding of most of these characters than he does. Not saying he's dumb, obviously. I want to make that clear. He's not dumb. And he doesn't have entirely bad opinions or takes or anything like that. But yeah, there are moments where I'm like, okay, there's the casual side. But overall, good video. I didn't agree with it 100%, but still, I thought it was good. He's just a casual mate. Yeah, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.